Scratching the Surface of 21st Century Music by Christine Brandl. You call that music? I suppose this phrase has been uttered from parents to children since the beginning of time. Even Mozart in his day was too out there for many people. But in the 50s, with the introduction of Elvis Presley's rock and roll, not to mention his swivelling hips, the parent-child music debate began to heat up, and the creature known as the teenager was born. However, the children of the 60s couldn't relate to their parents' apolitical songs, and the children of the 70s couldn't relate to the folk music of the hippies. Skipping to the present day, though, the music scene in the 21st century is huge, larger than ever before, a continuous evolution of sound that broadens even as we speak. The first thing to look at is how music is made. Some music you hear on the radio today uses no traditional musical instruments at all. It's created using electronic equipment like synthesizers. Using computer programming, music producers and DJs have more control of the sounds, changing them in ways that would be impossible to do at a concert. This often falls under the category of electronic dance music, designed primarily for head-throbbing club music. But it doesn't all sound the same. Two British musicians set up a scale for electronic dance music based on beats per minute. At one end, you have drum and bass, 155 to 180 BPM, and the other, you have hip-hop and dub, 60 to 90 BPM. Another important feature of electronic music is sampling. Sampling is using lyrics, melodies or riffs that have been directly taken from one song and used in a new song, in a new context. That's how you can hear The Lonely Goat Herd, from The Sound of Music, on a Gwen Stefani single. This can cause controversy in terms of to whom the song actually belongs. The Verve lost a case, and a lot of cash, against the Rolling Stones in the late 90s for oversampling an orchestral version of The Last Time. And this year producer Timbaland was accused of plagiarising from a Finnish artist in a song he produced for Nelly Furtado. The use of technology has made it possible for even the most unmusical to create a successful song. But technology hasn't only shaped the way some make music, but also how people acquire it. The amount of music people download for free on the internet has got record companies' knickers in a twist. All the major labels are losing loads of money, as record sales have been falling every year. However, not all bands are tied to or controlled by a major label. These bands fall under the loose category of indie, stemming from the word independent. Technically, an indie band is just a group that does things themselves, in terms of their style, lyrics, image, production or promotion. Some have a hip-hop sound, some play acoustic guitars, some have a more punk or rock sound, but all fall under the indie genre. However, indie has most popularly come to represent those guitar-based groups with witty or meaningful lyrics. These groups take pride in the fact that they're making the music they love without being controlled by the suits or modern technology. Another way the net has shaped the music world is by globalising it. Information about music trends and innovations is now easily accessible from any computer. You can easily see the international influence even in the music that plays on MTV. Latin musicians like Jennifer Lopez, Ricky Martin and Shakira are not afraid to write hit songs and make videos in their native language. Bhangra, a Punjabi music style that's hundreds of years old, has received pop music treatment by being combined with guitars and keyboards. It's now extremely popular in the UK, where BBC Radio has devoted a weekly show to it. Now we see how technology has changed things, but what are people singing about these days? Has this changed? Not really. It seems that music has always focused on the themes of loss, love and feeling good. But today, instead of youths singing the blues, they have their own new genre. It's called emo. Emo is a kind of indie music that has expanded into a lifestyle. The term originated with punk bands that would sometimes become emotional on stage. Since then, it's been adapted to refer to rock music that is full of melodrama. Emo kids embrace loss. They let their hair hang over their eyes, keep their hands in their pockets of their tight black jeans, and rock back and forth when listening to music. Emo, rather sadly, perhaps due to its introspective and some might say self-obsessed image, has become the subculture everyone loves to hate. Which is ironic, since emo thrives on adversity and the view that you hate me because I'm different, and so this has fed its rapid expansion. But because emo so often refers to a stereotype, many fans and bands reject the label. But it isn't all doom and gloom. As we head towards summer, there will always be the feel-good songs to epitomise that feeling of carefree fun in the sun. As in every generation, contemporary music reflects the current culture. Technology reflects the way music is made, and society reflects what the music means. The beauty of music, though, is that there is always going to be a sound for everyone. Ultimately, the distinction between parents and their kids' music is less about the music and more about the world itself. Every young man or woman knows that perhaps one day they will be making the same complaints about their own kids' music, since the world just keeps a-changing.